Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're driving a 2017 Miata RF. All right, so now we can open it with the gauge. Watching the gauge here, this will mimic exactly what's going on behind my head. And you can see the roof open and close, so we went from a closed roof to an open roof. There we go, very cool. All right, so here the cup holders are actually removable. You can pop them out and place it in the front seat. So that's like my BMW 1M has a cup holder. It's higher than that, but kind of in that spot. So that's pretty cool. You can take them out of the back and put them in the front. That's good. So 2-liter high compression engine, right? 155 horsepower, 148 foot-pounds of torque. Roughly the retractable roof adds about 100 pounds, so this is about a 2,400 pound car. I think the latest version of this car is about 2,300 pounds. So slightly slower 0 to 60 time. 6.3 seconds, I believe, right? This, we're driving a 6-speed manual, also available as a 6-speed automatic. I'm glad this car was a manual. And what do they call this black color? It's a beautiful
black sapphire.
Oh, it is
maybe?
Black sapphire. Okay, so my M Coupe is also black sapphire. Yeah, it looks, especially in the sunlight, it looks really, really good. Now this car is short, about 155 inches, which translates to be about 3 feet shorter than a Mustang GT, believe it or not. It's a lot of fun driving it. You saw in the intro how the roof went back and forth. I love how the Targa looks. I think that's awesome. So you don't have to worry about maintenance from a soft top. You don't have to worry about, you know, if you get bird crap on it, or you know, it's cold out or something like that. I don't know if we're gonna fit what these guys doing here. All right, this is interesting. Let's make sure we can fit. Can we? You tell me.
We're okay on this side.
All right.
That's a tight one.
All right.
Small car.
Yeah. But I can tell you the car sounds great. Very easy, very light clutch. Very easy to heel toe. Very easy to go through the gears. There is some body roll. I drove my S2000 here, so it would be fresh in my mind. So the S2000, you know, really doesn't have any roll. But this car, you know, once you put it in position, it kind of hunkers down and comes out through the turns. Just to give you some Miata history, I haven't owned a Miata, but I have a ton of seat time in an NA Miata. My friend had a 94 Miata with the R package, which was basically, if I remember correctly, was lower and stiffer suspension. And we must autocross and track that car 50 times. So I have a lot of seat experience. That car never failed once at the track. Consumables, as my friend always pointed out, were nice and cheap, tires and brakes compared to the Corvette I was tracking at the time. Never overheated, never broke down, never had brake failure. I remember a couple times I had to get used to that. It didn't have ABS brakes, so I probably flat spotted his tires once or twice. Now this car is the club model. We can go this way. And you actually have the Brembo brake package. And how much, what option is that? What does that cost?
$3,400.
Oh, wow, 3,400. Oh,
BBS
wow.
wheels.
Oh, okay, so it gives you wheels too. Forgive the camera shake on this bumpy road. All right. You just stop in the middle of the road.
No problem.
Come on. For no reason. Oh, okay. Now, what size are the wheels?
They're 17s.
Oh, okay, so what's stock? 16?
I think it still comes with 17s.
Oh, okay. But they're lighter wheels, bigger brakes.
Wheel and front brakes and rotors as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so brakes definitely very important. So I see your gas mileage, it says average 26.2 miles a gallon. I think the window sticker I saw this morning, the average was like around, supposed to be 29, give or take?
Most people are getting over 30.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I think I'm just breaking in the engines,
Yep.
keeping the revs varied, and
Oh,
all
okay.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, this car only has 247 miles, so another low mileage car I'm driving.
But I think once it breaks in and you drive normally, people are getting over 30 consistently.
Okay.
So very, very good mileage.
Right.
I have a heavy foot.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it handles great. Let's see if we can go up here. Try to lose.
Rotates nicely and predictably.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about these cars. Like when I drove the NA and I drove an NB also when I worked at a Mazda dealership for a short time. And it does have some oversteer, but it's very progressive.
And very predictable.
Exactly, exactly. And in fact, the oversteer is probably a good thing that it has.
Right.
But it's very easy to catch. That's what makes it such a good autocross car, is that, you know, it wants to change direction.
Right, yeah. No hint of understeer.
Yep.
Good way to practice oversteer at a slower
Yeah,
speed.
and as far as a Miata, this should really be your first track car because it's a momentum car, and it'll teach you all good habits and how to keep your speed at the track. Anybody can buy a high power or fast car and be fast in the straightaways and slow in the turns, right? So the Miata will actually teach you how to drive, where you're going to have to drive to be a good driver, to be competitive, and to get good lap times, because you're not going to have that straightaway power that makes up for all your mistakes. What I used to hate about when I was tracking the Miata, you know, somebody would have some high-powered sports car and they'd floor it and go so fast in the straight where I couldn't pass them, and then they were going so slow in the turns, and a lot of track days they don't allow you to pass on the turns, and then you're kind of screwed. Yeah, so this car really handles the turns. I mean, you can pretty much go through the turns at any speed you want.
Not many cars can keep up with the Miata in the corners.
Yeah. And the body roll on this is on purpose, so it hunkers down.
And if you wanted to get rid of it for about 150 bucks, it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. And you were telling me this is the club model, so this is more like the sports car. Has you know, cloth seats, and it actually has manual seats, right? Where the Grand Touring gives you the backup camera and the leather. This is really the car that you want to. If you're planning on doing track days, you want the club model. All right, and the warranty on this is 3 years, 36,000 miles. And do you know about the service? How often you have to service it? Is it once a year or 10,000 miles?
I'm not sure what they recommend. I typically do that stuff myself.
Yeah. Oh, you do? Good.
The oil changes.
Yeah, I mean, my friend's car, again, an NA, he must have had 150,000 miles on it. It didn't need that much more than, you know, regular maintenance.
Yeah, they're very low maintenance.
Yeah. And this engine is a 2-liter, 4-cylinder. So his was a 1.8. I think when the Miatas first came out, they were 1.6s.
They were 1.6.
Yeah, and then they got bumped up to 1.8. So remember, his was a 1.8.
94.
Yes, and that was his year. Yeah, I mean, this is fun. I mean, this car, you could drive all day.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a really good ride. I mean, the ride is soft enough. This could be a daily driver. If you're not an enthusiast like us, and you just want kind of a nice convertible, you know, this is a great car. Most cars now are just overly stiff.
I like a little compliance in this.
Yeah, it'll just make you drive it more. Is this your daily driver, or? Okay. I like a hardtop. I know a hardtop convertible adds weight, but then you don't have to worry about that, like I mentioned before, the soft top maintenance. And obviously, if you're going to keep this car a long time, you have the retractable roof that can go up and down. You really have the best of both worlds. Now, you have to be like 6 miles an hour or less, right, to do the roof?
It's practically
stopped. So what maybe they were said it's got to be at least 5 miles an hour, and they overdid it, so they could do it at 6. That's the only thing.
One more.
Like, why would you pick 6 miles an hour, right? And is that the same thing for closing it? It's open and closed? Okay. Yeah, I mean, this, you just want to drive this car all day, right, going through?
It's a lot of fun.
It's so easy to shift, and that's what I can't get over. The pedals are perfect for heel toe, right?
Perfect. Best I've ever had.
Yeah, and that's a real driver's car. If you're going to make a car stick, you know, make it that you could heel toe the car, too.
The GT350 had terrible pedal placement for heel toe. I actually got a spacer to move the gas pedal up on that one, and it still wasn't great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great car. And what I like about that car is you only can get it in stick.
Right, right. As it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at that. The handling is great. It responds to trail braking.
If you trust it, and go with the roll.
Right.
It'll find the grip.
It won't bite you. Yeah, this is an addictive car. Yeah. So, like you were saying, when you went to the dealership, most of the Miatas were automatics. They only had one manual.
Most of the RFs were.
Oh, really?
Because I think they're engaging the market.
Oh, so like a hardtop convertible, yeah.
So a lot more of the soft tops are manual.
Right.
It's about a 60-40 take rate for the manual in general, which is very high.
Yeah.
For any car.
Right, because I know, like with the C7 Corvette, I saw a statistic, it was only like 23%.
Right, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's an automatic in stick, then I'm going to choose the stick. If a car like only comes in a dual clutch, then I'm okay with it because I know I'm not missing anything, you know.
But to me, it's just the experience. There's nothing like it.
Right. You feel like you did something. If you you know, downshifted in a gear and you did the perfect heel toe downshift, you feel like you accomplished something, you know, or you know, whatever. You want to just get better at shifting manually, right? And to practice to get that perfect heel toe downshift.
Unless you're at the track trying to shave every half a second off.
Right.
Dual clutches faster. Who cares?
Right. And most of the dual clutches are fat, like Porsche. They'll be faster in automatic mode. So when you even see the Porsche, in fact, you know, Harley Haywood driving, he's driving in auto mode because it's faster than pulling the paddles.
Don't even bother
yeah, so then it's like, you know, you're even taking that experience away. Wow, this Miata's come a long way. Now, I think the front of the Miata, this is my opinion, looks like what a modern S2000 would look like. So if they were selling an S2000 2017, the nose of this car, and just the nose, I think could say S2000.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I wonder if that was like on purpose, you know, like this in an S2000 were competitors, right? And now there's really only, the Miata is really the only car like this. You know, the Alpha 4C is a late car, but that's dual clutch, a lot more expensive. What else? A Z4 BMW, again, that's another foot longer. That's a bigger, heavier car.
Much heavier.
Yeah.
This is lighter than a 4C.
Yes.
And a 4C's carbon fiber.
Right, a tub, yeah. The tub is like only like 200 pounds in that car.
Yeah.
I drove the coupe. I'd like to drive the Spider. It was before I did YouTube, so I don't have a film of it. But.
And no manual transmission in a 4C.
No manual transmission, yeah, which is disappointing.
Kills me, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I would want to use one maybe if it had a manual. And the car is so wide. It's like
very
almost
wide.
Too wide.
And one of the great things about the Miata that I've found is its very linear torque curve. It has really good low-end torque and it goes from 2,000 all the way up to red line, straight torque. There's no, you know, there's no jump, there's no surge.
Right.
And a lot of cars didn't have that. The 4C's turbocharged, the S2000 until the VTEC kicks in.
Right. Yeah.
So it has this great linear power band.
Yep. And sometimes we confuse linear power band with being slow. Like that's how the NSX is. It's very linear.
Right.
And when you drive the S2000, it's all or nothing, right? So you're in the nothing, 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 boom, you got this power.
Everything.
And you go, wow, VTEC is so fast. But then you drive a VTEC NSX and it's just like this. It's very linear. And everybody's like, oh, it's slow. Well, you know.
Yeah, right. And slow is a comparative thing.
Yeah.
In the corners, it's not slow.
Right. Exactly.
On the highway, it starts to feel a little slow.
Yeah, I mean, passing power.
Passing power.
My friend's NA is a perfect example. Like, with both of us in the car, if we were driving to the track, he'd have to like shut the air conditioning off to pass him.
Right.
I'd be like, he's like, oh, you don't have to do that in your car? I'm like, no.
Exactly. Yeah, the 60 to 90 is.
Yeah, but I know like at
But it's fun. You're pushing.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, at Lime Rock, he could go up and down that hill like nobody's business. You know, like just full speed, no brakes. I mean, there is some wind. It's a convertible, so I can tell you the Mustang GT I drove had a lot more wind than this. I'd say my S2000 is about the same. Now, is this your first Miata?
No, I had a 2009.
Oh, okay.
NC model.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that Miata was like a little bit of a bigger model, like a pudgier model.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little heavier.
They had a really good lease. When those came out, I was autocrossing, and like, I forgot what the lease was, but it was like $199, $299 a month when they first came out.
Wow.
And everybody who was autocrossing with me went out and leased one. And then I think they were cracking down like with warranties if you were, yeah, right, exactly. I think you had to like, I could be wrong, but I think you had people were covering up their license plate because they thought they were going to void their warranty.
They were great cars.
Yeah, they were tracking the heck out of them and then going to turn them in, you know, when the lease was up.
Mine, I had built it all the way up. I did full suspension.
Oh, really?
Headers, exhaust.
Did you track it?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, did it make a difference with headers and everything? You noticed the difference?
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you, the extra person makes a big difference. If you want to drive it a little bit by yourself, the extra person's weight does make a difference.
Right. S2000 also, when you have one people or two people in it. I just wish I could find a smooth road. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, what I like most about this car, I would say, is the retractable roof. I think it's so cool. I think it's probably a love it or hate it look, but I think it looks awesome with the roof like this.
I love it.
It's with that fastback. I like Targas.
I love Targas. I grew up in a Porsche 911 Targa.
Oh, okay.
Always had a soft spot for it.
Yep. And it sounds like we're really going here. And we are. Now these turns that you would have to brake for a normal car, all I have to do is flick the wheel. Oh yeah, this is addicting. Now, how long ago did you get this? Because you only have 200 miles on it.
About 2 weeks.
Okay. And you could buy it right off the lot, right?
Yep. They gave me a good deal too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, maybe they gave you a good deal because it was a stick.
And a good trade.
Oh, good.
You wouldn't believe what I had before this.
What did you trade in for this?
A Shelby GT350.
Oh, no way. Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
526 horsepower to 155.
Wow. Now, doesn't this car feel slow compared to that?
It does, but I think it's more fun.
Yeah, I mean, what's good, it's the slow car fast.
And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That car's limits are so high, you constantly feel like you're holding back, and you can't ring out 2 gears in a row, or you're in getting arrested territory.
Right. I did a review of one that had 200 miles on it as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, in third gear, you're going to lose your license.
Third gear, you can get over 130.
Yep.
So to enjoy it, you have to go to the track.
Right.
Around town, this is more fun.
Yep. Yeah, this you can probably redline it a couple times and you're still within most speed limits.
But that was a great car. I mean,
oh yeah. What color did you have it in?
I had the gray, dark gray.
Oh, nice. Yeah, in that car you probably got all your money back,
I got all
right?
my money back. I put money in the bank.
Nice.
And got this. And I had the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a free driving experience probably, right?
I had it almost free for 8 months.
Wow.
So, I have a bit of a car buying approach.
Yeah, me too. Tell me about it.
It's an addiction.
Yeah. When I sell something, that money never goes back in the bank.
If I had more room, I probably would have kept several of the cars that I sold.
Right. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's what I like about doing this, is there's so many different, you know, there's so many great cars out there, and to experience them all, you know, we all do the same thing. We read about them on the forums, and we make you know, we make our mind up whether this is a good car or not based on what everybody in the forum is saying, but you really need to experience the car yourself.
Yeah.
There we go. Reverse, you got to push down.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get over how easy this car is to heel and tow, right?
Really good.
And the brakes really stop. That must be your upgraded Brembros.
They're quite a bit better.
Yeah,
than
it's
stock
like
brakes.
you just touch it a little bit and we're surging forward.
Stock brakes are fine. They're very good, but this is another level. Yeah. And nice red calipers.
Right, like the Porsche big red calipers. And then this car has navigation and all the. I don't spend much time about features.
Yeah.
So it takes away from the driving time. Yeah, exactly. So you have everything here. You got the controls on the steering wheel, and what do they do? Radio and telephone, I guess.
Basic stuff.
Yeah. So anything you'd have in a normal car. It sounds really good. It really has a cool view here too, with the hood and the bulges, like for the wheels. Yep. It looks really, really nice.
The engine is back behind the axle, so they were able.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a front mid-engine, right?
Mid-engine,
Yeah.
really low hood line.
Oh, nice. And they're reliable cars. That's really the biggest thing. If you're, say you buy the Alpha 4C, you're probably going to have some expensive maintenance, right? And you're going to have turbos you're going to have to rebuild if you keep that car a long time. This is probably going to go with, you know, oil changes, spark plugs, and you know, very minimal maintenance that you could do yourself, right?
Where do you go to have an Alpha serviced for a regular?
Yeah.
So.
Right, any mechanic should be able to service this, and you should probably be able to serve it yourself. But even if you're not a person who wrenches, you can find any mechanic that can service this car.
Easy, and there's a lot of room under the hood. It's
yeah.
Jammed. Before the S2000, I had a 993.
Oh, nice.
Carrera 2.
Oh, cool. What, a 95? Or?
A 95.
Yeah. Yeah, I was lucky. I got my turbo cheap.
My father has a turbo.
Oh, nice. 93?
A 993.
Oh, cool.
Arena red.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, him too. He got it. I mean, he paid a lot, but
yeah,
not like today.
I tried to buy an Arena Red 993 Turbo. It was more than I wanted to pay for mine because it was lower mileage. But this is before the price went up. And my friend just couldn't do it. He's like, oh, I love that car. I can't sell it to you. So I bought mine, and then like literally a couple weeks later, the price doubled.
Really? Well,
and my friend's like, I'm so glad I didn't sell it to you because I would have killed you.
How long ago did you have
This was like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I sold the Cayman S and a Lotus Exige S to get the car.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. I mean, I can see why you said the Grand Touring has a lot more body roll. you could see, I mean, I noticed this, I drove my S2000 here, so it was clear in my head. This does have a lot more body roll than the S2000. The suspension is softer. So for a lot of people, this is going to be the better car because it's the better everyday car, more compliant suspension, more comfortable. The body roll is really here for handling, so it's here on purpose.
You know what handles well and has a lot of body roll? A motorcycle.
Right.
No one ever says they don't handle well.
Yeah, good point.
I find it very nice to drive even at normal speeds. You don't have to bash it all the time.
Right, exactly.
You drive comfortably.
Yep. If you're a non-car enthusiast, you would probably enjoy this car just as much because you could just, have fun with it. Yeah, this car is really nice around the turns.
It's a lot of fun. Lightweight.
Yeah. Yeah, so, just like the Lotus philosophy, lightweight, you make a car lighter, everything gets better, right? So cars are heavier now, and they have to be with all the safety so that you put, instead of 300 horsepower, you put 400. Instead of 200 horsepower, you put 300. When you make a car a couple hundred pounds lighter or 1,000 pounds lighter than this car, everything gets better. Steering, braking, acceleration.
Yeah, amazing that Mazda had that philosophy when they built this car.
Yeah.
Just said, instead of going that direction, we're going to lighten it from the last model, make it smaller and lighter. Yep. Supposedly these motors really wake up after a couple thousand miles.
I'm sure they do. Oh, your car's broken in now, by the way.
Yeah.
There's an R8.
They actually say the owner's manual does not require braking.
Really?
I mean, of course, I still do my routine.
Yeah.
But, they claim you don't really need to do it.
Well, whatever your routine is, you don't have to do it anymore.
That was red line. But,
261 miles, it's totally broken in.
Yeah, but that, a couple thousand miles in the tune, they said, really wakes up the motor a lot.
Oh, so you can actually tune it?
You can tune it. They have a little tablet or a...
And is that through Mazda or an aftermarket tuner?
Aftermarket.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just going through the gears, right? Oh, it even gives you a gear indicator, so it says does. 3, 4.
Yeah.
Now, does it tell you to upshift?
It does.
Okay.
At times, it tells you to upshift for fuel economy, which, mind your own business.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. It's a nice little thing. Sometimes you forget what gear you're in.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I sometimes forget, but then I just put my hand down and the hand will tell me. Yeah. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, I think you gotta get this car in a stick, it's just such an easy stick to drive.
Yeah.
Now, does it roll back on hills like most of the modern cars have that brake assist? Or you probably don't know yet?
I don't know. I don't like that.
No?
I don't think it does.
You don't like, I don't like it when you first get it, but then when you have it, sometimes it's good to have.
Yeah, once you get used to it, I guess it's okay.
Because I think with a manual car, people just, at a light, they come right up to your bumper,
I know, like really,
You're right. This is a sports car, there's a good chance it could be a stick.
And then you end up revving it to try to...
Right.
balance it out.
This road you got to watch at dusk for deer.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I've driven on this road and then a deer would jump out and
that's probably the most dangerous thing in this area.
Yeah.
I was driving through West Milford one time, one of these kind of roads, and a bear came out onto the road.
Really?
Big one.
Oh, wow.
Right in the middle of the road.
Wow. Jeez. I think you can feel like a little oversteer, but very predictable, very slow. And that's what I really like about it.
Playful.
Yeah. All right, guys, that concludes our review of the 2017 Miata RF. This was a blast to drive. I drove this car for a long time. It's fully broken in now for the owner. And it was just, it was a blast. From that easy 6-speed manual, light clutch, easy to heel toe downshift, great brakes with this Brembo brake package, very nimble car. This would be really a great autocross car, certainly, for sure. Thanks again for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, Be sure to hit the little bell when you subscribe so you get the videos as soon as I post them. I typically post videos most of the time Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so my channel can grow, and leave a positive comment below. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And the RF stands for retractable, oh wait, RF, so it stands for retractable roof, right? No.
Fastback.
I don't know, I was gonna write myself a post-it note. I don't know why I can't remember. To me, the R keeps thinking like roof.
I know, this just dropped down a little bit.
Oh, okay. I gotta